Why not Florida? Why would Florida not be like the best state to live in the United States? I lived there for a year in college, but that was a long time ago. That was nearly 20 years ago. Why don't people like living in Florida? I mean, when you look at Florida on a map, it's like surrounded by water for the most part. The weather's nice. There's a lot going on there. Oh, Disney World, all kinds of places to visit. Why wouldn't everybody want to move to Florida? But that's not the stereotype about Florida. People who move to Florida, who's it? Yes, the old people that retire, they move to Florida. That's who moves to Florida. Younger people move out of Florida the first chance they get. And there's so many like punk rock bands that are based in Florida, and they talk about getting out of Florida. There's plenty of movies where people are in Florida and they want to get out of Florida. And I realize overall, like even I'll see Saturday Night Live skits, they pretend like Florida is just the worst place to be. But in theory, on paper, it would be the place you'd want. Now, I grew up in Alabama, which actually borders Florida. A lot of people might not realize that. So I was in close enough proximity to Florida. I end up there usually every couple of years somehow. It just works out. Like for example, last year, a year ago, I ended up going there. A lot of you don't know this yet, but this channel is called Family Friendly Daddy Blog for a reason. Because that's an actual blog. FamilyFriendlyDaddyBlog.com is my actual website and blog. And yes, I'm a daddy blogger. And I created that name for demographic reasons. I wanted to draw in, I guess we could say for the most part, conservative families that would be reading my material. Faith-based audience. And I wanted to make this a YouTube channel to talk about parenting. And I realized pretty quickly people weren't watching my videos for that. They wanted, instead for me to talk about cultural perceptions, DNA test, and all these other things. So that's what this channel has become, and I just kept the name as an extension of my blog. But on there, that's something that I brought up. So Florida, yeah, so on my blog, but because that exists, people send me free stuff, and sometimes I go on free trips. So Toyota sent me on a free trip last April, about a year ago, to travel across Florida and review their cars. So I did that. So that's one rent, and then there was another time Chevy sent my family on a road trip all the way from Naples all the way down to Key West, and they flew us back here to Tennessee. So I end up getting there, and I always love it. And there's times I'm like, maybe I should move to Florida. That seems pretty cool. For me, in reality, activity, business is booming in Tennessee. This is the place to actually be. And it is very telling that so many people move from Florida to Tennessee or just anywhere other than Florida. So I guess I'm making this video for anyone who lives in Florida, and you can tell the rest of us why Florida is so bad. Because man, it's like the weather's nice, there's lots of places near water. Maybe not, well, I guess that's the bad part too. The weather's so good except for when it's not, and there's hurricanes and tornadoes and floods. So I guess I just answered my own question. But really, I want to know more about why Florida is not a great place to live. Or maybe it is, and I'm completely wrong. And when punk rock bands and movies and TV shows make fun of it all the time, maybe they're wrong. I can't know the truth. I can't know the fact. I can only learn that from someone other than me in a comment section right here.